Sound, a group of vibrations.
From the beginner to the professional, from the novice to the master, from playing around and mixing around things to create a masterpiece. These are all the elements of art. And on this show, the art is sound. Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of that show called Sounds Within. And yeah, exciting news, very near future. We get to have live guests with live performances. Zoom is great for COVID and things like that, but we want live with people like my guest, Mr. Freedom Heartsong. Say hello to the audience, Freedom.
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, it's going great. I'm sure they're going to say, but it's going great over here. We're glad to see you. Now, we're going to find out more about you, Freedom Heartsong. We're going to ask you the first question. What makes Freedom Heartsong freedom?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I think a lot of things, really, but first thing that comes to mind when you ask that, when people ask, like about me, I think there's a few things that I'm good at. And I think I'm good at like music, I'm good at art, I'm good at love, I'm good at food because I'm Italian, so I'm I gotta say those things. I think that's what makes me me. And then a bunch of other things like going to the beach and breathing fresh air and rocking and rolling and melting the guitar and all those kind of things.
Great. I don't have any Italian in me that I know, but man, I know food. I could tell you.
I know food. And good vibes. I'd say sharing good vibes through music and art and creativity. I think that's central to who I am.
Yeah, it's all good. I just got to have some fun. Now, my favorite question, or the spooky question. I want you to dig back in as far as you can in your memory cells and think of what was the very first sound you ever were curious about and recognized.
I was thinking about this, and I think it was, I must have been tiny. I mean, maybe like one or two even, because I remember I was on the floor in the house I grew up in. And I was like kind of crawling around, playing with my dog at the time. And I remember kind of like some muffled talking in the background. But when you asked what was the first sound, I think it was like muffled talking and maybe like my dog moving around. It's so profound,
Yeah, it is. That's why we asked that question. That's a great answer. I mean, a lot of folks think they want to jump right ahead into the third question, which I can get in, but they didn't answer the second question, which they do in the end. Let's get in that third question now. What was the very first sound that motivated you to pursue what you're doing as Freedom Heartsong?
That is a really good question. And, you're full of them. So that's good. I think first sound that motivated me. I have to say, I don't know, a couple stick out to me. Maybe songs or sounds that had a big impact on me that kind of rocketed my musical desires and expression forward. And I think that was probably when I was in like middle school or something. And the first album I ever bought was Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh.
And I know. I mean, classic, right? But it really was. First album, I bought it on CD from Planet Music, if anybody remembers those.
You're old.
Not that old, but I had older siblings, so I was exposed to the older crowd, But yeah, Planet Music, and I bought Dark Side of the Moon on CD, and I remember putting it in the car and it coming on, and that saxophone playing, especially throughout the record, especially on Money, it was just like, what is this crazy magic, And so that was definitely a moment. And then I think also, which still today is a massive inspiration, is Jimi Hendrix's Band of Gypsies. If you listen to Band of Gypsies, the Live at the Fillmore New Year's Eve performance, and you listen to the guitar solo on the Machine Gun song, the guitar solo on Machine Gun, I have to say, is just one of the most inspiring and motivating sounds I've ever heard.
Just plain electric. Just say it, electric. I got it. You know what? I'm just ribbing you about when you brought up the term CD, because right now, yeah, most folks a little younger, you don't even know what a CD is. Listen, I was into 4-track and vinyl, so that tells you there. But okay, let's get into your performance. Let's hear a little something from you. What do you have to offer as a song to play?
Sure thing. So the first tune is called Willpower, and that's my new single. It's a real swampy, bluesy, soulful kind of rock and rollin' tune. And I think it's got a real kind of motivating energy, but also that real nasty bluesy goodness,
Willpower. Okay, we're going to hear Willpower by Freedom Heartsong. So let's take a little taste of that.
I've been tried, I've been tested, I've been cheated, damn near bested. One thing I'm not gonna do, and I'm telling you the truth, I'm not gonna give up, not gonna give up.
Hey, it's Amin L. And Thursday night is live with Jeff Hodge. Come on down and check him out.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it,
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got, or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Hey, this is Freedom Heartsong, and you're watching Sounds Within with LV Smith.
Willpower by Freedom Heartsong. Man, that is so electric. I mean, yeah. This is great, great. Now, Freedom, what motivated you to write that?
That song in particular, the intro I wrote actually a while ago, and it was just this kind of mantra, this chanting mantra, motivating phrase that just worked, and it was real repetitive, and I didn't really have any other lyrics or anything with it, but I had this piece, and then I was playing one day, and this other piece came and kind of put them together, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. And it's really like just a motivating kind of anthem. I've been tried, I've been tested, I've been cheated, almost bested. One thing I'm not going to do, and I'm telling you the truth, I'm not going to give up. That's the intro, and that kind of sums up the whole song right there. And the concept of willpower, persistent electric force that can't be stopped.
Yeah. I mean, that is great motivation coming there. I mean,
yeah.
Well, so you were going through some things from what it sounds like during that time.
And I think it also is just applicable to any time in life, really. Because we're always going through something. There's always something happening. And I think when you live a life that's real intentional in what you want to create, it's kind of a constant process of redefining where your focus is going and fine-tuning it and organizing it. So yeah, it's a motivational, it's not like a motivational song, but you know what I mean? It's got that motivating energy.
It motivated me. I'm going to be upfront now. Now, do you have any mentors you look up to?
I mean, I think musically, that's where I feel that the most, in my influences, in my musical influences. And we used Jimmy as an example. That's definitely my biggest influence, and someone that, while not physically on the planet, I've learned so much from. And definitely it's pretty cool. We actually share a birthday. We have the same birthday, so there's always been this there's always been this cool synergy, and I feel like studying like that album, Band of Gypsies, just studying that over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't even know how many times I listened to that album. And so I'd say Jimmy, all the classic rock guys, all the classic rock guys, all the old blues guys that the classic rock guys wrote all the songs from, I would say that's kind of who I look up to,
That's great stuff. That's great influences. Go back to the trailblazers back then, as you are trailblazing now. That is great. Now, who do you have as you mentor?
Not like specifically like, oh, I'm going to mentor you today or something like that. But I feel like in various realms of life, music, art, whatever, I always try and share, because I've had a lot of life experience compressed in a really short period of time. So I feel like I do have a good perspective on some things.
I got it.
And so I think I naturally try and just share whatever I can in that way to help move people forward. And I think that, through music and especially live performance, I mean, that's one of my main intentions, is to really create a space that inspires people to go out and just be their best version, the best version of themselves. You know what I mean?
Got it. Now, who are you collaborating with?
Collaborating, right now I'm working on a couple things, but I'm mostly getting ready for this tour. That's
Ooh,
so May, June, we got a bunch of dates all over California. And so really getting ready for that with my 3-piece band. So I play solo acoustic shows, but play obviously with my blues power trio. So those guys are great. I've been playing with them for a while, and my band is awesome. It's just a guitar, bass, drums, and
oh,
we get down. It's like Experience and Cream and
oh.
all those old blues rock power trio kind of vibes.
Great. Let's hear a little something that brings out that energy. What are you going to offer the audience right now?
Oh, well, this one's pretty groovy and vibey, because I like to go groovy and vibey as well. You got to have the fiery, like melt your face, electric rock and roll blues, but then you also have to translate that into the groove, and I think this song really exemplifies the groove, and it's called Life at the Beach.
Life at the Beach with Freedom Heartsong, folks. Let's take a listen.
Woke up this morning and I walked down to the beach. The sand between my toes and the air smelling sweet.
We're the Reactions, and you're watching the Arroyo channel.
Hey folks, this is LV Smith, and we were just listening live at the beach with Freedom Heartsong. I mean, yeah, conjuring those memories of my youth, man, when music, that was my golden age. I can't speak for others, but that was my golden age. And this young man, this young Freedom Heartsong is bringing back those memories, but he's doing it his way. That is great. Okay, Freedom, we like to know, what are some of your future plans down the road? What's the big plan?
Oh God, so many. I mean, where where to start, you know? I think spreading super high-powered rock and roll, bluesy, soulful, good vibes through many concerts and festivals and performances and experiences, and creating that for as many people as possible on the most consistent basis as possible. You know, I would say that's the general vibe musically. And got a bunch of songs in the works currently for the next album, and lots of dates coming up all this year. We're doing a bunch of California shows within the next month. Gonna be rocking all over Southern, Central, and Northern California as well. So yeah, I mean, making music, spreading the positive energy, playing live. I mean, I think playing live for me is really the point. You know, it's like why we make music, so that we can share it live, amplified, so people can feel it pounding in their chest, you know, and have a spiritual experience. You know what I mean?
I couldn't say it any better. I couldn't say it any better. There's nothing more inspiring, at least from my perspective, than live performances, be you in theater or whatever. I mean, film is great, but the presence to be human to human.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, there's an energy, you know, that communicates in that space, and can do wonderful things.
Oh, yes. Healing, inspire, it's all there. Yeah. Okay. As you know, through the digital age, be it on social media or be it on the television, or how can people get in contact with you?
Oh, well, on every platform and everything else, social media, streaming, everything, it's all Freedom Heartsong. So, I mean, you really can just type my name into anything and it'll be there. You know, Spotify, Apple Music, you know, freedomheartsong.com. And on social media, it's just everything is at Freedom Heartsong. So you can find me pretty easily.
So it's hashtag Freedom Heartsong?
Yeah, hashtag Freedom Heartsong, or a little @ sign Freedom Heartsong, you know.
Gotcha. You're helping me to really reach out more doing that. That is great. That is great. Okay. Now, what words of wisdom do you have for the future Freedom Heart songs?
I always love this question, and I think what I like to say is to just be true to you, because I think in music, especially, or entertainment industry, there can be a lot of opinions, and I mean, we all know what they say about opinions. You know, everybody's got one, and I think that listening to opinions, I mean, I think it's very important as a creative and as an artist to not just be in your bubble with blinders on and not have feedback from people. But I think that you need to be really selective and aware of who you're getting that input from, you know. And I think that a lot of times it's easy to, you know, take people's opinions very seriously and have it alter or affect, you know, what you may be doing. But that can, I think, steer you away from the true art in your heart, you know. And so I think that being true to you and making your own decisions and having feedback, because I think that's necessary, but taking it all with a grain of salt and formulating your own conclusions and direction, I think in life and in music art, is kind of the way to go, you know.
Oh yeah. The stuff I'm glad to hear this from you and from some previous guests, that my music journey personally has been somewhat painful because I value too many opinions instead of really saying, hey, just take what's good about it, not avoiding the critique, but like just say, okay, I can prove here, but let's look at what I'm doing right and move from there. And I'm glad to learn that from you.
Yeah, man. I think it's a process because I don't because it's been a journey for me as well. Like I don't want to just go through, let's say, even just music industry, career, whatever, and not receive feedback from people who have been doing it longer than me, or do it better than me or whatever, because I feel like that's how you grow. And so I want to be open to that, and I think that's kind of the way to do it.
Great, great. Well, thank you, Freedom, for being part of the Sounds Within experience. And I hope you do come back because this has been a really great, it's been a real joy having you on this show and hearing your material. And we would like to have you back.
Oh, right on, man. Well, thanks for having me, and I'd love to come back. Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Live.
Live.
Yeah, I want to hear those amps go off, man. That's what I'm about. Okay, I look forward. Thank you again, Freedom. And folks, this has been another edition of Sounds Within with LV Smith. And look down the road. We will be back for the new season. Peace.